Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Friday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today. So be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Rough day yesterday, but we'll try and bounce back here. Busy slate today, starting with the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Chicago Cubs. Cubs opening up as home favorites at minus 125. The Cardinals plus 115 with the over-under at 8. Cardinals coming into this matchup 44 and 53. The Cubs 45 and 51. Pitching for the Cardinals is Jack Flaherty with an ERA of 4.29. Pitching for the Cubs is Justin Steele with an ERA of 2.96. Flaherty, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Steele, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Cardinals on a 6-game winning streak right now. Playing pretty well, beating the Cubs yesterday 7-2. Nice underdog win for the Cardinals. They're 8-2 against the Cubs, 4-1 on the road against the Cubs here. Flaherty been pretty solid on the mound in his last 3 starts. Steele has been too, coming off that rough 6-run game here. I still think Cardinals are a good underdog today, and I'm going to take Cardinals plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Baltimore Orioles versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays opening up as home favorites at minus 150. Baltimore plus 130 with the over-under at 8. Baltimore coming into this matchup 59 and 37. The Rays 60 and 40. Pitching for the Orioles is Kyle Bradish with an ERA of 3.05. Pitching for the Rays is Zach Eflin with an ERA of 3.59. Bradish, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Eflin, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 0 strikeouts. Baltimore beating Tampa Bay 4-3 yesterday. Nice win for the Orioles. Tampa Bay on a 5-game losing streak right now. Baltimore playing well on the road, 6-0 on the road here. 4-1 straight up against Tampa Bay. Bradish coming off 3 great starts on the mound, only allowing 1 run. And I think Orioles were a good underdog today, and I'm going to take Baltimore plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the Miami Marlins. Marlins opening up as home favorites at minus 230. The Rockies plus 205 with the over-under at 8.5. Rockies coming into this matchup 37 and 59. The Marlins 53 and 45. Pitching for the Rockies is Peter Lambert with an ERA of 6.29. Pitching for the Marlins is Braxton Garrett with an ERA of 3.90. Lambert, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, 0 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Garrett, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Colorado coming off a Houston loss yesterday, or the day prior. Miami, they're on a 6-game losing streak, a very bad stretch that Miami's on right now. But the Rockies 1-12 on the road, not a good road team. 1-7 on the road against Miami. Pretty even pitching matchup. I gotta say, I'm just not in love with the Marlins. This big losing streak they're on, to pay this big of a price tag for a Marlins team struggling big time. I just don't know if I can do it, and I think I'll take the Rockies plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the San Diego Padres versus the Detroit Tigers. Padres opening up as road favorites at minus 140. Detroit plus 115 with the over-under at 9. The Padres coming into this matchup 46 and 51. Detroit 44 and 52. Pitching for the Padres is Seth Lugo with an ERA of 3.78. Pitching for the Tigers is Reese Olson with an ERA of 3.96. Lugo, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Olson, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, 5 strikeouts. The Padres coming off a Toronto loss. Detroit coming off back-to-back Royals wins. the Padres. Surprisingly, they're 1-5 on the road against Detroit here. Pretty even pitching matchup, I'd say. Olsen coming off some good starts on the mound for Detroit. I don't know, a tough little matchup here. I think Detroit's a good underdog today with the Padres struggling on the road. I don't know. I like Detroit here. I'm not really too confident in the Padres here, and I'll take Detroit plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Kansas City Royals versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as big home favorites at minus 220. The Royals plus 180 with the over-under at 8.5. Royals coming into this matchup 28-70. The Yankees 50-47. Pitching for the Royals is Alec Marsh with an ERA of 5.40. Pitching for the Yankees is Clark Schmidt with an ERA of 4.31. Marsh, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 11 strikeouts. Schmidt, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. The Royals coming off back-to-back Detroit losses. Yankees on a 4-game losing streak here. It's been a little rough patch for them. The Royals are just 1-7 against the Yankees, 1-5 on the road against the Yankees here. Pretty even pitching matchup. I like the Yankees to get back on track here at home, and I'm going to roll with New York in this one. Next matchup, we got the San Francisco Giants versus the Washington Nationals. Giants opening up as road favorites at minus 150. Washington plus 130 with the over-under at 9.5. Giants coming into this matchup 54-43. The Nationals 38-58. Pitching for the Giants is Alex Wood with an ERA of 4.53. Pitching for the Nationals is Jake Irvin with an ERA of 4.96. Wood, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 run, had 1 strikeout. Irvin, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. The Giants on a 2-game losing streak, coming off back-to-back Reds losses. Washington coming off a 2-game losing streak as well. The Giants 8-4 against Washington, 5-2 on the road right now. Washington 3-15 at home. They are playing very bad at home here. I like the Giants in this one, and I'm going to roll with San Francisco on the road. Next matchup, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Cincinnati Reds. Reds opening up as home favorites at minus 115. Arizona plus 105 with the over-under at 10.5. Arizona coming into this matchup 54-43. The Reds 52-46. Pitching for Arizona is Tommy Henry with an ERA of 3.89. Pitching for the Reds is Ben Lively with an ERA of 3.72. Henry, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Lively, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. Arizona, coming off a Braves loss. The Reds coming off back-to-back Giants wins, snapping their big 6-game losing streak that they were on prior. Arizona 8-3 on the road against Cincinnati, 8-4 straight up against the Reds, where they've been very good head-to-head here. Pretty even pitching matchup, and I think Arizona is a good underdog. This is a tough matchup here. It could really go either way, and I think I'm going to take Arizona plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the New York Mets versus the Boston Red Sox. Boston opening up as home favorites at minus 120. The Mets plus 110 with the over-under at 9.5. Mets coming in to this matchup 45-51. Boston 51-46. Mets coming into this, or pitching for the Mets is Kadai Senga with an ERA of 3.20. Pitching for Boston is Carter Crawford with an ERA of 3.74. Senga, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 9 strikeouts. Crawford, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 9 strikeouts. The Mets, coming off a White Sox loss. Boston coming off back-to-back Oakland losses here. Pretty even pitching matchup. Senga's been pretty good on the mound this season for the Mets, and I think they're a good underdog today, and I'm going to take Mets plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Cleveland Guardians. Phillies opening up as road favorites at minus 120. Cleveland plus 100 with the over-under at 8.5. Phillies coming into this matchup 52-44. The Guardians 47-49. Pitching for the Phillies is Ranger Suarez with an ERA of 3.84. Pitching for the Guardians is Gavin Williams with an ERA of 3.94. Suarez, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Williams, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. The Phillies on a 2-game losing streak right now, coming off back-to-back Brewers losses. Cleveland coming off a Pittsburgh loss. The Phillies 13-2 on the road, very good road team. 4-2 on the road against Cleveland. Pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers giving up a good bit of runs, and I think Phillies are a good underdog here, and I'm gonna take Phillies plus 1.5. I'm sorry, Phillies are the favorite. I was looking at that wrong. I still like the Phillies, regardless, and I'm gonna take the Phillies on the road here. Next matchup, we've got the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Texas Rangers. Rangers opening up as home favorites at minus 115. The Dodgers plus 105 with the over-under at 9.5. Dodgers coming into this matchup 55-40. The Rangers 58-39. Pitching for the Dodgers is Tony Gonsolin with an ERA of 3.72. Pitching for the Rangers is Andrew Heaney with an ERA of 4.43. Gonsolin, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts. Heaney, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 4 strikeouts. The Dodgers, coming off a Baltimore loss. Rangers, they're hot right now. They're on a 6-game winning streak. They're playing great baseball. Pretty even pitching matchup. Heaney's been good on the mound. As 2 out of his last 3 starts, he's had 0-run games. I like the Rangers here. I mean, they're hot. Love riding a good streak here, coming off an amazing Tampa Bay series where they swept them. I like the Rangers. They're 5-0 at home right now, and I'm going to ride this hot streak, rolling with the Rangers at home. Next matchup, we got the Atlanta Braves versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Braves opening up as road favorites at minus 130. Brewers plus 115 with the over-under at 9. Braves coming into this matchup 62-33. The Brewers 54-43. Pitching for the Braves is Michael Soroka with an ERA of 5.40. Pitching for the Brewers is Freddie Peralta with an ERA of 4.41. Soroka, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Peralta, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Braves coming off an Arizona win. Brewers playing well, back-to-back wins against the Phillies. They are 6-1 in their last 7, playing good baseball. Pretty even pitching matchup right now, and I think Brewers are a good underdog today. Braves been struggling a bit here lately, and I think I'm going to take the Brewers plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Chicago White Sox versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as home favorites at minus 165. The White Sox plus 140 with the over-under at 8. White Sox coming into this matchup 41-57. The Twins 50-48. Pitching for the White Sox is Lance Lynn with an ERA of 6.06. Pitching for the Twins is Joe Ryan with an ERA of 3.77. Lynn, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Ryan, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. The White Sox coming off a Mets win. Minnesota coming off a tough Seattle loss yesterday. The Twins are 10-5 at home against the White Sox here. Pretty even pitching matchup. Joe Ryan's definitely been the better of the two on the mound so far this season, and I think I'm going to take the Twins at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Los Angeles Angels. Angels opening up as home favorites at -200. The Pirates +170 with the over-under at 8. Pirates coming into this matchup 42-54. The Angels 49-48. Pitching for the Pirates is Johan Oviedo with an ERA of 4.53. Pitching for the Angels is Shohei Ohtani with an ERA of 3.59. Oviedo, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 10 strikeouts. Ohtani, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Coming off 2, back-to-back rough starts on the mound, giving up 4 and 5 runs. Pittsburgh coming off a Cleveland win. Angels coming off that 3-game Yankee sweep. Angels are 5-2 at home here, and I think Ohtani bounces back. Coming off 2 rough starts, I think he definitely has a much better game here, and I'm going to roll with the Angels at home. Next matchup, we got the Houston Astros versus the Oakland Athletics. Houston opening up as road favorites at -270. Oakland +220 with the over-under at 7.5. Houston coming into this matchup 54-43. Oakland 27-72. Houston coming into this matchup, or pitching for Houston, is Framber Valdez with an ERA of 2.76. Pitching for Oakland is JP Sears with an ERA of 3.91. Valdez, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 13 strikeouts. Sears, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Houston coming off back-to-back wins, coming off an Oakland win yesterday, 3-1. Oakland just 2-8 in their last 10. Very struggling big time here. Houston 4-1 on the road against Oakland, 8-0 against Oakland right now. Love Valdez on the mound, and gonna roll with the Astros on the road. Then the last matchup, we got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as home favorites at -120. Toronto +110 with the over-under at 8. Toronto coming into this matchup 54-43. Seattle 48-48. Pitching for Toronto is Kevin Gausman with an ERA of 3.03. Pitching for Seattle is Bryce Miller with an ERA of 3.66. Gausman, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Miller, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Toronto coming off a Padres win. Seattle coming off a Minnesota win. Toronto is 7-1 on the road, even though they have struggled against Seattle here. A pretty even pitching matchup. I like both pitchers on the mound. I think Toronto's a good underdog here, and I'm going to take Toronto +1.5 on the road. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.